Hi friends, welcome to Sociodemic. Today we are going to discuss about levels of teaching. The topic belongs to the UGC NET paper 1 exam. See, levels of teaching is a very important topic in the chapter 1 of teaching aptitude because there are more number of questions appear from this topic in previous exams. So what is the levels of teaching? So, levels of teaching refers to different stages or methods of instructing and guiding students in their learning process. See, for the process, for any process, there are various levels. In the same way, teaching is a process and learning is a process. So, these two process has different levels that will progress further. This process progress from lower level to higher level. So levels of teaching broadly divided into three stages. That is memory level, understanding level, and reflective level. These differentiation depends on the cognitive abilities or mental abilities of the learner. Cognitive abilities means the thinking capacity of the learner. See, kid has a less cognitive ability, whereas 20 years young man or woman has a different cognitive abilities. So, depending on the learner cognitive abilities, we impart the levels of teaching. For example, say memory level. Memory level was propounded by philosopher Hunt. See, this memory level is just nothing but a rote learning. The student has to memorize everything. For example, kids in class of undergarden kids memorize the rhymes. See, teacher memorize rote learning every day and day the same rhyme. Because of that, they memorize the rhyme and repeat the same thing. See, there is no need to think about what is the meaning of the rhyme and extra all of these. So next is understanding level. Understanding level means the comprehension of the subject. You have to understand the things clearly. For example, take a example of plants. See, in memory level, plants needs water and sunlight. That's it. We have to memorize that. So plants needs sunlight and water to grow. So next, whereas it's come to understanding level, why they needs water, why they needs sunlight, and manufacture their own food by themselves. So what is the process? We have to understand the process behind the growth of the plant. So that is the understanding level. It needs the medium type of cognitive abilities. Whereas next is the reflective level. So this triangle goes gradually from lower level to upper level. So memory level comes here and understanding level is a middle. So reflective level is the topmost level in the levels of teaching. So it needs highest cognitive abilities. Whereas come to the example of plants, so we have to understand earlier we have to understand plant needs water and sunlight, and the process behind the why it needs the water and sunlight. And whereas in reflective teaching method, not only understand the process behind the need of the water and sunlight. If a plant has a pest, so we have to fix the problem of pests in the plants. Why pests are coming, how to eradicate and solve the problem of pests to the plants. So that, see, in the simple terms, what we have learned in the understanding level, we have to apply in reflective level of teaching to solve the real world problem. In the same way, see, memory level, I already told you, focus is recalling facts. See, kids has a rhymes. They are recalling everything day by day. Teacher imparts, teaches the rhymes, students and memorize. The students repeat everything the same way. So here, understanding level of teaching, comprehend the facts. See, I told you that plants needs water and sunlight. Why it needs water and sunlight? In the reflective level of teaching, problem solving and critical thinking. What is the critical thinking? Means we have to apply the knowledge what we have learned to fix the real world problems. That is called critical thinking and problem solving. So here in memory level, teacher role is dominant. This is the teacher centric. Why kids need compulsory teacher have to impart the rhymes to the kindergarten student. So teacher role is here dominant and controller also. Whereas in understanding level, it's a guide and facilitator. Guide and facilitator means teacher explains why it needs water and sunlight, so we have to think ourselves in understanding level, and the students understand. Students have to think to understand the process behind why plants need the water and sunlight. Whereas in reflective level, we have to solve the problems, and these knowledge will apply to the different problems and solve those problems applying this knowledge. So teacher role is a simulator and motivator. So teacher motivates in reflective level of teaching. So what is the learner's role? Here it is a passive. So the less role. Passive means there is no activity. So everything is done by teacher. Whereas in understanding level, so learner's role is active, and they have to think themselves. So in reflective level, highly active. It needs multiple thinking and different situations to implement this knowledge. So learner role is very important in reflective level teaching. So this is also called learner centric teaching. So mental process involved here, rote learning, rote memory. You have to repeat everything what you have learned. That is the memory level of teaching. And understanding level, you have to understand the process behind the what is going on. That is it. So you need not do anything. So you have to understand. Just think. So here in rote learning kindergarten students, here and understanding secondary grade secondary my 6th to 10th class students or intermediate students, they have to understand the process behind the thing. So here, whereas in critical reflective level of teaching, graduation level, post graduation level and phd level, we have to solve the real world problems. So it needs a higher level of cognitive abilities. So memory level of teaching main proponent is Herbert, and understanding level main proponent is Morrison, and reflective level teaching main proponent is Hunt. So I already told you. So that in the three levels of teaching, reflective levels of teaching is very important. More number of questions. Among the three levels of teaching, reflective level of teaching is very much important in the exam point of view, because there are more number of questions appear on the topic of reflective level of teaching in earlier exams. So this was proposed by Hunt, and objective is encouraging student to solve the problems and think critically. And learners mental ability is very high. I already told you these needs a high cognitive abilities of a learner. So methods, problem solving method and a discussion method, project work. So methods of teaching is depends on the problem solving method and a discussion method, one to one discussion method or a group discussion method, anything. And project work, see, you have to done some project depending on the subjective matter. So subjective matter depends, you have to done the project work. So you need to develop the critical thinking and the problem solving abilities. So example is analyzing causes of World War II. See, when was World War started, when was ended is a memory level of teaching. So what is the causes behind the World War II is a understanding level of teaching. and what is analyzing the causes, what needs to world to cover the world war is the reflective level. So it needs a higher cognitive abilities. And one more thing, so characteristics of each level. So aspect, type of knowledge, memory level needs a facts and figures, and understanding level, you have to understand the concepts, and reflective level, there is an hypothesis and theories. So what is the hypothesis? Hypothesis needs when there is a problem. So we have to find the multiple solutions to that particular problem, and that multiple solutions, there is no one solution for the problem. So we think we made a hypothesis to solve that problem. To solve the that comes under the reflective level, or we may find the different theories to solve the problem. So teacher control is very high in memory level, and understanding level in teacher control is moderate, and reflective level teacher control is low. So student independence is low, medium and high, and we have already discussed an evaluation method. Evaluation method where there is a factor of rote learning, oral testimony is the main component proponent of memory level. So understanding level, there is essay question. You have to understand the topic and express your opinions and express your understanding in the form of essays and quizzes. And whereas in reflective level, where a postgraduate students need to do research works and case studies, there are multiple topics, multiple theories comes under research work and case study. So among the three, reflective level of teaching is very important. More number of questions appear in the previous year questions. So these are the some previous year questions on this topic. So December 2022, reflective level of teaching emphasize problem solving and critical thinking. Understanding facts comes under memory level of teaching, and rote learning comes under memory level of teaching, and memorize obviously comes under memory level of teaching. And July 2008, memory level of teaching is most suitable for children at early schooling stage. See, adults have a reflective level of teaching. Higher education needs reflective level of teaching. Research scholar needs reflective level of teaching. So the odd man out is children at early school stage needs memory level of teaching. You have to eliminate the options. If you understand clearly the concept, you can easily eliminate the options from the choices. See, in November 2017, who proposed the concept of reflective level of teaching? This is answer is Hunt. See, nowadays these type of factual based questions are not coming in the UGC NET exam. More analytical, critical thinking questions are coming in the exams. These are the factual questions. And some more sample questions for practice. Understanding level of teaching is primarily aimed to conceptual clarity. See, problem solving method we use the reflective level of teaching, and passive learning is a memory level of teaching. So you have to eliminate the option, and memorization also comes under the memory level of teaching. In which level of teaching is the teacher's role is most dominant? So we have already discussed that memory level of teaching, teacher role is most dominant, and whereas in understanding level, teacher dominant is less, and whereas in a reflective level, teacher dominant is a democratic, whereas in understanding level, teacher as a facilitator. So that's all, friends, regarding the levels of teaching. We will meet in next video and another important topic. Thanks for watching.